baby.
What the hell is even that?
Daddy, chill.
This is not a movie that will make you feel good about yourself, hype you up, nor fill the void with joy. But this is what we have, damn it, and for crying out loud, we're going to go through it together, man. So,
strap in.
Because this shit is about to get heavy. Here we go, baby! Ladies and gentlemen, 'tis a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury. Everything that happens since the very beginning of the movie happens just because. There are no consequences nor deep needs for whatever is happening except for a general idea of a plot. You know, it feels more like a pile of fetch quests like the ones in Assassin's Creed 2, where you had to raise this guy or beat up that thug over there or retrieve this thing which was lost by... I mean, anyone can write that. My point is that thinking about things a hero can do for hours doesn't make it for a coherent story. I don't know how anyone can follow 2 hours and 12 minutes of this that is basically told, and then this happens, and then this happens, and then... One of the biggest problems that this movie has is that nothing ever is at stake here. Every single time something or someone or somehow Mando is saved. It's like activating the God mode cheat code on Warcraft 3. I mean, the challenge isn't there anymore. And that is how one become apathetic and distant oneself from the story, because nothing that is happening on the screen has consequences. I mean, Mando is the exact same person at the end of the movie as he was at the beginning.
In the beginning.
I know modern Hollywood writing doesn't care about this, but if you are writing a story of a character, he or she needs to have an arc. He starts in a way, something happens, and by the end of the movie, he has changed. As he has learned things through traumatic experiences and whatnot. The hero's journeys, do you remember that? But it's impossible for Mando to learn anything because every time he's in trouble, the script written by Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni and who else magically solves the problem. It's like on that Simpsons Treehouse of Horror episode when they are about to be minced and Bart says something like,
I remain confident that something will come along and save the two Simpson children.
Yeah, exactly that. So my question is, who's going to save me from this? And man, I pondered the question, who is this for? Because The Mandalorian and Grogu is supposed to be a film for Star Wars fans? I mean, well, if so, we have been insulted once again with a corporate washed down version of what the Star Wars universe should be. The movie has no point to make because nothing happens to the character, nothing is at stake, therefore I'm not connecting with it. Or maybe this is for children who have never seen Star Wars before. Well, 2 hours and 12 minutes is usually too much for them. But the same criticism for before applies in this case as well. I mean, a child will be able to call the BS on the mindless action. I also find it hard to conceive Pedro Pascal as a lead in a family movie. I just wonder why. All in all, they made a movie unnecessarily too long, with not 3, not 5, but easily 7 acts. And they have too many movie references. Oh my god. Okay, here comes the spoilers. You're warned. I don't know what happened to Jon Favreau, but the only parts which felt like a movie to me were those copied from other movies. It's one trope after the other. The comedic release that Grogu provides every time because he's hungry or likes to touch buttons. I mean, the bulky veteran companion that knows how to pilot and plays by the book. The unexpected ally who wants to make a name for himself, etc, etc, etc. And it's not just that, but the excessive number of pop culture references or even direct copies from other movies. The center part of the movie is Mando looking to save Rhoda the Hutt, son of Jabba the Hutt, who is held as a prisoner by a merchant who makes him fight in an arena. But unexpectedly, Rhoda the Hutt doesn't want to be saved because outside he's a monster, but in here he's something special. I mean, where did I see this before? Ah, never mind. And then there are references to films like Predator and RoboCop. And I mean, what is the point? Seriously, this show had started as a grounded Star Wars series, which quickly pivoted into a father and son dynamic with Grogu, to end up being a soulless Indiana Jones that could have been written by an AI. And that brings me to a conclusion about the state of the franchise. Much has been discussed about the general apathy towards Disney Star Wars, but the other day I saw something different at the movies. I saw people wanting to recover that connection to something special, to a world beyond our imagination that nurtures our sense of wonder. And it's so sad to see how that excitement prior to entering the cinema was quickly dissipated. Needless to say, no one clapped at the end. Everyone left almost in silence. And I think that apathy is more on the Disney side. You can tell that they don't care. It's just another paycheck for them. And for the 100th time, it's sad to see the great actors I grew up like Sigourney Weaver being bored to extreme as she plays her part in the movie. It reminds me of what Sir Christopher Lee said when he was casted for Star Wars.
Got a call at home and it said, "This is George Lucas." He said, "And I'd like you very much to be in it. We'll send the script." And he made a remark which I thought was terribly important because you hardly ever hear it now. "We'll have fun." And that's something today, the way the business functions or malfunctions or whatever, you hardly ever hear. People are so busy looking at their watches and working out the budget and saying we've got to get off this set and so on. You can't even practically sit down and talk like you and I are talking. You want it, quick. Hurry up.
And at this point, I can tell no one is having fun in The Mandalorian. I really wonder if Star Wars is a business for Disney, and if so, who's buying?
And that's all I have to say about that.